Today I introduce the fifth unit. The name of the unit is called as Analyzing Architectures. This is the fifth unit in software architecture. The name of the unit is Analyzing Architectures. Okay, in this we are going to learn about the ATAM. Okay, so in this unit we are having the basic concepts those are called as ATAM and CBAM. So in this part we discussed about the ATAM, ATAM. So what is the abbreviation of ATAM? Okay, architecture trade-off analysis method. That is abbreviation for ATAM, ATAM, not ATM, ATAM, ATAM. Okay, now architecture trade-off analysis method. Okay, now trade-off means is related to business. Okay, now uh, architecture trade-off analysis method. So here we are going to learn about the participants in the ATAM. Okay, na? So what are the participants in the ATAM? Okay, na? The ATAM requires the participation and mutual cooperation of three groups. Okay, now we need to follow this method. When you are following this ATAM method, architecture trade-off analysis method, so we are taking the some participants. So how many groups of participants are involved in this ATAM method? Three groups of participants, and also these participants having the mutual cooperation together. Okay, na? Those are the main importance of this ATAM method, that is called architecture trade-off analysis method. Okay, so the ATAM requires the participation and mutual cooperation of three groups. Those are the mainly three groups. Okay, now the participation groups are three groups, and also they are having the mutual cooperation together. So while following this method, ATAM method. So what are those three groups? For the first group name is the evaluation team. What is the name of the first group? The evaluation team. So second group, project decision makers. Second group, project decision makers. Third group, architecture stakeholders. Third group, architecture stakeholders. So what is the first group? The evaluation team. Second group, the project decision makers. Third group, architecture stakeholders. Architecture stakeholders. Okay, so according to these three groups, okay, now these three groups are called the participants of this particular ATAM system, ATAM method. These three groups having the relationship together. These three groups having the their own relationship together or cooperation with together. So the evaluation team, the first team is evaluation team. This team is external to the project. The evaluation team is the external team for the particular project. External team means what? These are the outside to the particular ఆర్గనైజేషన్ అయి ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఎవరైతే ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నారో ఆ కంపెనీకి అవుట్ సైడర్స్ టీమ్ ఉంటారనమాట. దోస్ ఆర్ ద ఇవాల్యుయేషన్ టీమ్స్. ఇవాల్యుయేషన్ మీన్స్ వాట్? సో ఇవాల్యుయేషన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇట్స్ ఎక్స్టాండ్స్. ఓకేనా? సో ఆల్రెడీ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వీఆర్ టేకింగ్ ద ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్. So what is the evaluation of programming language and what you said? So basic language nunchi start ayi it will be C, C++, Java, .NET, J2E, J2ME, different types of ways లో the programming language అనేది ఎక్స్ట్రాండ్ అవుతుంది, అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది. evaluation, that is called evaluation team. They are giving the ideas among the projects to the particular insiders of the organization or company. Okay, na? Those team is called the evaluation team. They are giving the updations, they are giving the ideas to the particular insider team about from evaluation of the particular projects. Okay, now that is the main thing. Okay, that is the evaluation team. This is the, that's why this team is called as an external team for the to the project whose architecture is being evaluated. Okay, It usually consists of 3 to 5 people. This group usually consists of 3 to 5 people, means minimum 3 people, maximum 5 people. This group contains the evaluation team strength, means it's usually consists of 3 to 5 people. Each member of the team is assigned a number of specific roles to play during the evaluation. Every member of this team assigned to a number of specific roles, not a single role, number of specific role ఇక్కడ మెన్షన్ చేశాడు. ఇక టీమ్ మెంబర్స్ ఒక 3 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు మినిమం, లేదంటే 5 మెంబర్స్ ఉంటారు. ఈ మెంబర్స్ అనే వాళ్ళకి ఒక్కొక్కరికి సమ్ స్పెసిఫిక్ రోల్స్ అనేవి, సమ్ స్పెసిఫిక్ టాస్క్స్ అనేవి అసైన్ చేస్తారు డ్యూరింగ్ ద ఇవాల్యుయేషన్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకేనా, దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ evaluation team. So what is the first point? The group is external to the project whose architecture is being evaluated. It usually consists of 3 to 5 people. Each number of team is assigned a number of specific roles to play during the evaluation. Next, the evaluation team may be a standing unit in which architecture evaluations are regularly performed. So this is a standing group. This is the evaluation team is a, maybe it is a standing unit. This a group is nothing but what? Unit in which architecture evaluations, mainly in the evaluation of architectures, as regularly performed. So ఏవైతే రెగ్యులర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ అయితే ఉంటాయో అకార్డింగ్ టు ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ అబౌట్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్స్, దిస్ గ్రూప్ రెగ్యులర్లీ పెర్ఫార్మ్డ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ స్పెసిఫైడ్ actions, or its members may be chosen from a pool of architecturally savvy individuals for the occasion. లేదు ఆ టీమ్ మెంబర్స్ అందరూ అంటే, సో ఏవైతే అసైన్ చేశారో రోల్స్, పూల్ మీన్స్ అదే సపరేట్ ఓకేనా, ఏవైతే అసైన్ చేశారో రోల్స్ ఇండివిజువల్గా, అకార్డింగ్ టు దట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ దే కెన్ బి పెర్ఫార్మ్డ్ దేర్ రెగ్యులర్ యాక్షన్స్ అబౌట్ ఫ్రమ్ particular evaluation of the architectures. Okay na? And also they may work for the same organization as the development team. The evaluation team may sometimes they may work for the organization as a same development team also. వీళ్ళ evaluation team వల్లే same team development team గా కూడా some organizations కి it may be work, whose architecture is on the table, or they may be outside కన్సల్టెంట్స్. లేదు ఏదైతే మనకి వర్క్ బెంచ్ అంటారు, వర్క్ బెంచ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఆల్రెడీ వర్క్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్. ఓకేనా, బ్యాక్ బెంచ్ వేరు, వర్క్ బెంచ్ వేరు. బ్యాక్ బెంచ్ అంటే ఏంటి, సపోజ్ ఐ ఆమ్ ఎంప్లాయీ ఇన్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ కంపెనీ, బట్ ఐ రిక్రూటెడ్ to the particular company, but I joined, but I am in the training is also end, but I am in back bench. Back bench means what? బెంచ్ అంటారు దాన్ని. మీన్స్ వాట్, బెంచ్ రోల్ అంటే మనకు ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఏమి అసైన్ చేయలేదు ఇంకా, వీఆర్ ద పర్సన్ ఈజ్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ అసైన్ బై సమ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్, బట్ హీ ఈజ్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ అ బెంచ్. Work bench means what? Is already the person got project, he assigned for particular project regarding to some role, that is called work bench actually. So that is a పర్సన్. వర్క్ బెంచ్ మీద ఉన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్స్, ఆల్రెడీ వర్కింగ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కోసము దే విల్ బి యాక్ట్స్ ఫర్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ డెవలప్మెంట్ టీమ్ లా కూడా ఈ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ టీమ్ మెంబర్స్ అనేవి యాక్ట్ చేస్తారు, లేదా ఇట్స్ మేబీ ఫర్ అవుట్ సైడ్ కన్సల్టెంట్స్ లాగా కూడా మనకి యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఆల్రెడీ వీ నో దట్ కన్సల్టెంట్స్ మీన్స్ వాట్, థర్డ్ పార్టీ. ఓకేనా, సో కన్సల్టెంట్స్ మీద కూడా వాళ్ళు యూస్ చేస్తారు. కన్సల్టెంట్ ద్వారా కూడా మనకి ఎంప్లాయీస్ అనేది రిక్రూట్ చేయబడుతూ ఉంటుంది కంపెనీస్కి, అలా కూడా వీళ్ళు ఈ రోల్ ప్లే చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. ఇన్ ఎనీ కేస్ దే నీడ్ టు బి ఆర్గనైజ్డ్ యాజ్ కాంపిటెంట్ unbiased outsiders with no hidden agendas or access to grain. Okay, that is the main use of this evaluation team. Next team, project decision makers. These people are empowered to speak for development project or have an authority to mandate changes to it. So these people are mandatory, first of all, while evaluation of projects. Okay, while developing a projects. Okay, now that is called empowered. They are having all rights to speak for the development projects. Okay, now they are developing the projects. That's why they are having empower. They are having commanding to speak about the particular development projects or have authority. So they are authenticated persons to do something, to prevent something, whatever it may be. That is authority to mandate changes to it. Okay, now they are speak about development. Always all they are having the authority to change, to modify something, to update something. That is, they are having the rights to it. Those persons are called as project decision makers. They usually include the project manager, who is the this is also a team. Now in this team, one person is the main person. That the person is called as project manager. Project manager. Okay, now so, and if there is an identifiable customer who is footing the bill for the development, he or she will be parent as well. Okay, a represented person. Parent is nothing but representative or responsible person. So the person is called as a project manager. He is having the foot main role in the, okay, to build the particular development. Okay, so the architect is always included in this part. The architecture is also one of the team member. The architect is always included. A cardinal role of architecture evaluation is the architect must willingly participate. Okay, now that is the main role is played by the architect. That's why he will be a participant willingly. Finally, the person commissioning the evaluation is usually empowered to speak for the development project. Even if not, he or she should be included in the group. Okay, that is the team members. The main person, team leader. The architect is also a person of it. Okay, now the other persons, maybe they are not empowering, maybe they are empowered or not, but they are speaking or not, but they are in the part of the development. Okay, now they should be included in the group. That is the project decision makers. Next, architecture stakeholders. The third group, the third team is the third participants are the architecture stakeholders. Stakeholders have a vested interest in the architecture performing as advertised. Okay, na? The main the use of these members is performing as advertised. Architecture performing as advertised. They are the one whose ability to their jobs hangs on the architecture, promoting modifiability, security, high reliability, or the like. Okay, now they are also achieving, they are also promoting the modifiability. Okay, now security, high reliability, as like. Okay, now these are the persons is mainly have the ability to their jobs hangs on the architecture ప్రమోటింగ్ దీస్ వీళ్ళు ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ యొక్క ఇంపార్టెన్స్ని ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ యొక్క ఫీచర్స్ని ప్రమోట్ చేయడానికి దే ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ద ఎబిలిటీ దే ఆర్ ప్రమోటింగ్ అకార్డింగ్ టు దట్ పర్టికులర్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ modifiability, security, high reliability, other quality attributes we are having to the particular software architectures. Already we learned in this previous classes. Okay, now that is availability, performance, modifiability, security, testability, and all. Okay, and so these are the group is mainly provide having the main role to play the to advertise the particular architectures. The stakeholders include already we know, so I said so many times, the stakeholders include different types of persons. For example, the stakeholders like developers, testers, integrators, maintainers, performance engineers, users, builders of the system, interacting with the one under consideration as and others. Okay, now that is, these are some example of the stakeholders. What are those? Developers, testers, integrators, maintainers, performance engineers, users, builders of the systems, interesting with the one under consideration and others. The job during an evaluation is to articulate the specific quality attribute goals that the architecture should meet in order for the system to be considered a success. So that is the main thing. The job, their job enti వీళ్ళ job అంటే they during evaluation is articulated to specific quality attribute goals. The architecture should meet the order of the system to consider a success. Okay na, that is the main role they played. Okay na, ఏవైతే మనకి ఆర్కిటెక్చర్స్ అనేవి ఇవాల్యుయేట్ చేయబడుతూ ఉంటాయో దాన్ని ఆర్కులేట్ చేయడము అకార్డింగ్ టు దట్ క్వాలిటీస్ వైజ్ కానీ దాని గోల్స్ని కానీ ఓకేనా మీట్ అవ్వడానికి ద అడ్వర్టైజింగ్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకేనా, ద సిస్టమ్ వెన్ ద సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ while these by with the help of these stakeholders, different types of the stakeholders, they are playing their own jobs while advertising. Okay na, a rule thumb. Okay na, oka rule thumb means oka syntax laga oka formula, and that is all it is. Okay na, that is all it is that you should expect to enlist the services of 12 of 15 stakeholders for the evaluation. So that is the rule thumb. What is the rule thumb? All is that it is. And all is that it is means it should be expert analyze the services. It analyze the services of 12 to 15 stakeholders for the evaluation. It's among the evaluated, it's analyze the services to the 12 to 15 types of stakeholders for the evaluation. So these are the three types of participants is must and should in the particular the ATAM method. Okay na, so what is the ATAM? Architecture trade-off analysis method. Okay na, what is the first concept in that? Participants in the ATAM. How many types of participants are there? 3 groups. They are also having the coordination along with them. What is the 3 groups? Evaluation team, second group project decision makers, third group architecture stakeholders. Okay, already we discussed each and every one. Next one, outputs of the ATAM. So what are the outputs? What are the expected outputs? Like what are the outputs we will get or we will guess? Okay now, with the help of this particular ATAM system. Okay now, that is the output of the ATAM. The ATAM based evaluation will produce at least the following outputs. Okay now, the first one, a conscious presentation of the architecture. A conscious presentation of the architecture means architecture documentation is often thought to consist of the project model, a list of interfaces and their signatures or some other voluminous list. Okay na, that is what is that presence of architecture. It's a architecture documentation often thought it consists of what? Object model. It's having its own model and also a list of interfaces together and their signature or some other voluminous list. And also, but one of the requirements of the ATAM is that the architecture be presented in 1 hour. Okay na, it leads to an architectural presentation that is both conscious and usually అండర్స్టాండబుల్. సపోజ్ మనకు ఒక ఈ ATAM సిస్టమ్ని మనం చూసినప్పుడు ఈ ATAM సిస్టమ్ యొక్క రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ని మనం ఫాలో అవుతున్నప్పుడు అబౌట్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్. ఓకేనా, వీ వాంట్ టు ప్రజెంట్ ఇట్ విత్ ఇన్ 1 hour మనం ప్రజెంట్ చేయాలి అంటే విచ్ లీడ్స్ టు వాట్? an architectural presentation that is both concise and usually and understandable. That is very concern గా ఉండాలి అందరికి అండ్ యూజబుల్ గా ఉండాలి అండ్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ గా ఉండాలి. లైక్ దిస్ వే దే ఆర్ ప్రెజెంటింగ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ ATAM system. And second one, articulation of the business goals, and also the output is articulation of the business goals means frequently the business goals presented in the ATAM are being seen by some other development team for the first time. ఓకేనా. దట్ ఈస్ మనం ఒక ఏదైనా మనం ఫస్ట్ టైం వీఆర్ ప్రజెంటింగ్ ఎటైమ్ సిస్టమ్, సో వీ నీడ్ టు సీ ద గోల్స్ రిగార్డింగ్ టు దట్. అంటే మనం ఎలా రీచ్ అవ్వాలి ఏంటి, దట్ ఈస్ ద గోల్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ అలాంగ్ విత్ ఎయిమ్. Frequently the business goals presented in the ATAM are being seen by some of the development team. Okay, now we need to seen by some of the development team for the first time. Okay na. And also the third output is quality requirements in terms of a collection of scenarios. Okay na. Business goals leads to quality requirements. What main business goals ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో those leads what quality requirements. Okay na. Some of the important quality requirements are captured in the form of a scenario. So we need to get the quality requirements. You need to get the some important quality requirements. How we can capture, you need to follow some scenario to get the particular quality requirements. Okay, that is the main goal. Okay, now first step of followed by second step and third step. Like next one, mapping architectural decisions to quality requirements. So ఏదైతే క్వాలిటీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ మనం సినారియో ఫాలో అవుతామో దానికి మనము ఆర్కిటెక్చరల్ డెసిషన్స్ని మనము మ్యాప్ చేసుకోవాలి. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫోర్త్ స్టెప్. ఆర్కిటెక్చరల్ డెసిషన్స్ కెన్ బి interpreted in terms of the qualities that may support or hinder. Okay na. That is the main for each quality scenario examined during an attempt. Those architectural decisions that help to achieve it are determined. Okay na. That is, these architectural decisions will help to get the particular quality requirements. Okay na. Each quality scenario examined during the attempt system. Okay na. These decisions can be interpreted in terms of the qualities that they supports or either they may be hindered. Next, a set of identified sensitivity and trade-off points. We need to touch some identified sensitivity points ఉంటాయి అండ్ ట్రేడ్ ఆఫ్ పాయింట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఒక బిజినెస్ అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ ట్రేడ్ ఆఫ్ బిజినెస్ గురించే కాదు, అందులో సమ్ సెన్సిటివిటీ పాయింట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఏ సెట్ ఐ నీడ్ టు ఐడెంటిఫై సమ్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ sensitivity and trade-off points. These are architectural decisions that have a marked effect on one or more quality attributes. And also adopting backup database, for example, it clearly an architectural decisions as it affects reliability, and so it is a sensitivity point with respect to reliability. So every time manamu business point lone manam think cheyadam kante, so we need to also discuss identify the sensitivity point. Enti sensitivity points, so quality attributes enta important, and also we need to adopting the a backup database. Okay, for example, we need to say is clearly an architectural decisions as it affects reliability positively, and so it is an sensitivity point with respect to reliability. However, keeping the backup current consumer system resources and so affect performance negatively. ఒకవేళ కరెక్ట్గా లేదనుకోండి బ్యాకప్ అనేది, అది నెగిటివ్గా మనకి ఆ పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్ అనేది ప్రొజెక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా. హెన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ ట్రేడ్ ఆఫ్ పాయింట్ బిట్వీన్ రిలయబిలిటీ అండ్ పెర్ఫార్మెన్స్. ఓకేనా. whatever whether this decision is a risk or non-risk depends on whether it is performance cost is excessive in the context of the quality attribute requirements of the architecture. Maybe sometimes it may be risk అయి ఉండొచ్చు ఈ డెసిషన్స్ అనేవి, లేకపోతే నాన్ రిస్క్ ఉండొచ్చు. whether it is depends upon the performance of the particular cost, either it is expensive or inexpensive regarding to the quality attributes is apart from the requirements of the architecture. And also other a set of risks and non risks, whatever the above point. సో మనకు ఒక సిస్టమ్ని ఒక మెథడ్ని మనం ఫాలో అవుతున్నాము అంటే ఆటోమేటికల్లీ ఇట్స్ హ్యావింగ్ సమ్ రిస్క్స్ ఉంటాయి, నాన్ రిస్క్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. అంటే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, అడ్వాంటేజెస్ డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్ అనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ పాజిటివ్స్ అండ్ నెగటివ్స్ అబౌట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద పర్టికులర్ పాయింట్. ఓకేనా. సో దట్ ఈస్ సెట్ ఆఫ్ రిస్క్స్ అండ్ నాన్ రిస్క్స్. A risk is defined in the ATAM as an architectural decision that may lead to understandable consequences in light of standard quality attributes requirements. Okay na? So and also similarly non-risks అనేవేంటి architectural decisions that upon analysis is deemed safe. The identified risks can form the basis for an architectural risks mitigation plan. ఓకే, ఇవన్నీ కూడా రిస్క్స్ ఉంటాయి, నాన్ రిస్క్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. డెసిషన్స్ తీసుకోవడము, వాటిని అర్థం చేసుకుని సీక్వెన్స్ ఆఫ్ వేలో పెట్టడము అకార్డింగ్ టు ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్. ఓకేనా, దట్ ఈజ్ అది కూడా రిస్కే. నాన్ రిస్క్స్ వచ్చేసరికి డెసిషన్స్ తీసుకోవడమే కాకుండా అకార్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ అనాలిసిస్ చేసుకోవాలి దానికి. దాని ప్రకారము సేఫ్గా మనము ఐడియాస్ని ఫాలో అవుతూ వీ నీడ్ టు identify the risks and solve the risks and go through it according to the plan. Need to plan, that is non-risks. A set of risks themes. When the analysis is complete, the evaluation team will examine the full set of discovered risks to look for overachieving themes that identify syntactic weaknesses in the architecture or even in the architecture process and teams. ఈ థీమ్స్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో రిస్క్ థీమ్స్ అనేవి ఆఫ్టర్ అనాలిసిస్ ఈజ్ కంప్లీటెడ్, సో దే విల్ ఎగ్జామిన్ ద అండ్ దే విల్ డిస్క్రైబ్ ద రిస్క్స్ టు overwhelming to over achieving with the help of these risk themes, identifying how they can identify some syntactic weaknesses, ఏవైతే వీక్నెసెస్ ఉంటాయి సింటాటికల్గా వాటిని, అండ్ ఆల్సో దే కెన్ ఐడెంటిఫై సమ్ రిస్క్స్ ఈవెన్ ఇన్ ద ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ ప్రాసెస్లో ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఆ టీంలో కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. టీమ్ మెంబర్స్లో కూడా కోఆర్డినేషన్ లేకపోయినా, సో వర్క్స్ డిలే అయినా, సో మిస్ లీడ్ చేసినా కానీ ఆటోమేటికలీ సమ్ రిస్క్స్ విల్ బి అకర్డ్. ఓకేనా, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ దిస్ ఐడియాస్లో లేకపోయి ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే సీక్వెన్స్లో లేకపోయి ఉండొచ్చు, సినారియోలో ఆ ప్లాన్ రిస్క్స్ అనేవి లేకపోయి ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ ఆ ఐడియాలో లేకపోయినా ఆ ఐడియాని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేసే పర్సన్స్లో కానీ ఆ ప్రాసెస్లో కానీ రిస్క్స్ అనేవి ఉండొచ్చు. ఓకేనా, వాటిని కూడా దే కెన్ బి ఐడెంటిఫై. ఇఫ్ లెఫ్ట్ untreated, these risk themes will threaten the project's business goals. So these risk teams will threaten the project's business goals. So we will help ద్వారా కూడా మనం business risks goal బిజినెస్లో ఉన్న రిస్క్స్ మనం ఓవర్కమ్ చేసుకుంటూ we reach the project business goals. The outputs are used to build a final written report that recaps the method. See, outputs mainly the outputs gives what final report of the particular project that recaps the particular methods and summarizes the proceedings and captures the scenarios and their analysis and catalogs the findings. Okay, that is what is outputs. Actually it gives the final reports, it gives the final output. This is mainly recaps what according to this method, according to the summaries of this particular proceedings, and captures the scenarios and their analysis and catalogs of the particular findings. And also there are the secondary outputs are well. Okay, very often representations of the architecture will have been created expressively for the evaluation and may be superior to whatever existed before. ఓకేనా, సెకండరీ టైప్ ఆఫ్ అవుట్పుట్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఇవి మెయిన్లీ దే కెన్ గివ్ ద రిప్రజెంటేషన్స్ అమాంగ్ evaluations, and also they can mainly concentrate on superior of whatever extended before. And finally the analysis contained in the final report can serve as a statement of rationale for certain architectural decisions made. The secondary outputs are tangible and enumerable. So these are the different types of outputs: primary outputs, secondary outputs, and final outputs. Okay, next these are the main things of expected outputs of the ATAM system. So what are the expected outputs of the ATAM system? The conscious presentation of the architecture and articulation of the business goals, quality requirements in terms of collection of scenarios, and mapping of architectural decisions to quality requirements. Next, the set of identified sensitivity and trade-off points, and a set of risks and non-risks, and a set of risk themes. Okay, now these are the outputs of the or expected outputs of the ATAM system. And the next concept is phases of ATAM. Phases of ATAM. How many phases are there? How many modules అంటాం కదా అలాగే how many phases are there? Okay, these concepts we are going to learn in the next class. Okay, the phases of ATAM system. This is a very important concept. This question is asked in in every external paper. Any phases? Okay, phases of the ATAM system. So activities in an ATAM based evaluation are spread out over 4 phases. Okay, na? The activities of ATAM based evaluation is mainly spread among with the help of 4 phases. Okay, now what are those 4 phases? In phase 0, phase 0 describes what? Partnership and preparation. Okay, now phase 0, phase 1 and phase 2 both are describes the evaluation phases. Next, phase 3 is follow up phase. Okay, na? These are the 4 phases we are going to learn in the next class. What are the 4 phases of evaluation of ATAM system? So, phase 0, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Phase 0 is about uh, partnership and presentation. Phase 1 and phase 2 are the evaluation phases, and phase 3 is the follow-up phase. Okay, na? These are follow-up phase. These are things, phases we are going to learn in the next class. Okay. I hope all you understood what are the participants in ATAM and what are the outputs of ATAM and what are the phases we are having in the ATAM system. Okay, I hope all you understood. Thank you one and all.